More than 1,000 acres have burned across 3 separate wildfires here in central Texas. That's today alone.
And we are following a fire on the Hays-Blanco County line, another fire in Gillespie County, and a third one in eastern Travis County. Thank you for joining us for KVUE News at 10. I'm Quita Culpepper.
And I'm Brian Mays. It's been a busy day for firefighters all across central Texas. Here's a look at where they're fighting the flames in our area tonight. One north of Fredericksburg in Gillespie County, another west of Dripping Springs, and the last is just east of Austin.
Now, it's not just central Texas that's dealing with the dry, windy conditions. You see all those red dots on your screen? Those red dots on this map represent wildfires that the Texas A&M Forest Service is responding to. The other dots represent fires that crews have recently contained but could flare up again.
We'll check in with Erica to talk about the forecast and if there's any potential for rain coming up here in just a few minutes from now.
But first, we want to check in on the biggest fire that we've been following tonight.
KVUE's Mike Marute joins us now from the Smoke Rider fire. That's near the Hays County, Blanco County line tonight. Mike, this fire really exploded in size earlier today.
That's right, Brian. At last check, the Smoke Rider fire burned 800 acres and an estimated 30% contained. 30 buildings were threatened, but crews were throwing everything they could at this fire to try and slow it down this afternoon and evening. The most visible part of that defense, of course, were the 11 aircraft, including 3 helicopters, putting out very specific hotspots, while 8 fixed-wing aircraft, like this large air tanker, dropped water and retardant on the fire to slow it down. But now that night covers the area, crews may be able to make more progress.
As the sun sets, the humidity increases a little bit, so that helps reduce fire activity, and that's really when crews can make some really good progress building these bulldozer lines to help contain the fire. Aircraft can't be used once it gets dark, so we use them when it's light, when they're really needed.
The fire was burning quickly all afternoon, so fire crews say it burned a pretty skinny path before jumping Highway 290. And according to Forest Service, 30 buildings were evacuated, but fortunately nobody was hurt. Now, fire investigators will be out here later this week trying to figure out exactly what caused this fire. But there is a sign that's just over my shoulder. It says a burn ban is in effect as a reminder to the people who live out in this area. And of course, the area is very dry. Now, earlier this year, another fire broke out just a few miles away from here, burning a few dozen acres at that time. So this is the second fire in this area just this year. Tonight, evacuees can go to the Blanco Methodist Church if they need water, snacks, or a place to sleep. Brian, Quita, back to you.
Good news, there are no injuries to report. Mike Marute there live for us near the Blanco Hays County line tonight. Mike, thank you very much.
And over in Gillespie County, a 400-acre fire is still burning tonight. The Big Sky fire is just north of Fredericksburg. And officials have brought in helicopters and help from outside the county to fight the flames. At last check, crew said it was about 10% contained, and you can see this fire also created a ton of smoke today. It was visible for miles from Llano and Mason counties as well. Officials say the wind is causing that fire to spread quickly.
It has been a windy day today, contributing to this fire as well in eastern Travis County. Crews contained this fire over the weekend, but it flared up again earlier today. The Blue Bluff fire grew to about 100 acres this afternoon. This is right near FM 969 and 973. Here's a live look at the scene earlier today. Officials with the Austin Fire Department say this fire now about 80% contained tonight. The fire hasn't damaged any structures, but AFD officials say they were monitoring for embers at a nearby trailer park there. Authorities have not reported any injuries in this fire tonight as well.